we have a quorum present.
We do have a quorum present, 6 members present, 1 absent.
All right, we'll rise for the Pledge of Allegiance. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. All right, I want to have us approve the agenda for tonight with a couple of changes. We have an agenda that was at the board members' table on the consent agenda. An administrative contract, an item was added there. Also, I would like to, with the board's approval, to move item 10E, the budget adjustments discussion, up to the beginning of the meeting to recognize all those fine folks who are here tonight to share with us. So thank you all for coming. To make sure that we discuss this without making them sit through the rest of the meeting, I would like to move that up to in front of the consent agenda. So after the community comment time, we'll go ahead and do that discussion item if there are no objections to that. So with those suggestions, I will entertain a motion to approve the agenda.
So moved.
Second.
Just a question, I think they should sit through the whole board meeting, so. Good lesson.
Jerry said that, not Jason Engler. Jerry
Quoted.
Robichaud. So I have a motion and a second. Any discussion? All those in favor of the motion signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Opposed, same sign. Motion carries. Item number 3 on the agenda, recognition and awards. I don't see anything. Am I mistaken about that?
Yeah, we do have one award. Very proud of our school district for winning a national award for our PDS relationship with MSU Mankato. That was just given out last week. It was a nationally recognized award for that. It's called Professional Development Schools, and the programs we've implemented that are carrying that award are the AVID program, the literacy coaches, the mentor program, and the co-teaching model that we have in our school. So I think Fairbault can be very proud for achieving that award.
Thank you, Tom. Okay, moving along to item number 4, community comment. I suspect I know why most people are here tonight, and I thank you for coming. Just in case there's anybody who wants to speak on a topic that is not related to the budget, I think, why don't we do that first? So I'll have plenty of time for discussing the budget. I'm not skipping over that, but I just want to make sure if there's somebody who came tonight wanting to speak on a topic that was not related to the budget, if you would like to comment, now would be the time. All right, not seeing anyone come forward. I'm assuming everyone else is here to talk about the budget, and we'll get to that in 2 seconds. First, I wanted to give a little forward about where we're at tonight in this budget process and how we got here. I think a little bit of history is important to note, going back not too far, but to the most recent levy in which we renewed the $395 per student levy that we have in our school district for our students. I remember at that time going around to lots of meetings with organizations in the community and talking about the cuts that were going to be need to be made if that levy did not pass. At the same time, I know Bob Stepaniak and myself, whenever we gave those presentations, said to the community that in spite of even if the levy passes, we could anticipate in the future that cuts would need to be made within this district, that levy was not going to provide us with enough that we could do without some cuts for the long-term future. Towards that end, last year we started this process. We were able to make a much smaller cut on the order of about $300,000, if my memory serves me, to the budget last year. We were able to do so with a minimal impact. I don't remember a crowd this size, so we must have done a better job last year of making sure those cuts had a minimal impact. But we're starting to reach a point in this district, actually, we've been long past this point, where when we need to make a significant cut, it cuts deep and it hurts. I I think if you were to ask why there's a budget deficit, Todd and I actually hope, I think, to write a letter for the paper at some point to help explain some of this. There isn't a single answer. It's related to many things. We've had rising ELL costs, rising special ed costs. We have had we've had delays in payments from the state. We've had stagnant funding from the state. Contracts with staff certainly play a role, and many other items play a role in how we ended up here. But to be honest, we've known we were going to be at a state like this for a little while, and we're just now trying to make sure that we're handling the situation in as public and as communicative of a way as we can. So I want to start before even public comments of thanking everyone for coming out, and I mean that sincerely. Over the last week, the board has received many emails. In fact, I just checked my email right before this meeting, and I had another email between the time I left my house and when I came to this meeting to share ideas for how we can move forward in our district. And I truly do want to thank everyone. I know I speak on behalf of the board when I say that these communications have informed our decisions. There have been items added to the list for us to think about and discuss because of conversations that I and other board members have had. So I thank you very much for that. I think my favorite suggestion so far was the idea that we should save money by reducing the number of board meetings. If we really think that could save money, I am on board with that. But in all seriousness, I thank you all for coming out tonight. There's many of you here, and I want to give everyone as much of a chance to talk as possible. We have some rules for public comment times. The rules are 3 minutes per speaker and 15 minutes per topic. Tonight, I think when I define a topic, I'm going to think about a topic within the budget. So I might encourage you, I know there are some groups here to talk about specific things. I know the Riverbend Nature Center has a specific group here. I know the automotive program has a specific group here, and there's many others. In the interest of making sure that everyone has a chance to have their voice heard on any one of those topics within the budget item, I would like to limit the discussion to 15 minutes so that everyone has a chance to make sure their voice is heard. So with that, I think I will open up Thomas Todd, that I would give him a chance to speak and comment on anything I left out.
No, thanks, Jason. You're pretty thorough. I just want to thank everybody for coming tonight. It does reaffirm to me again that there is a lot of support for the school district out there, and I honestly do appreciate everybody showing up and voicing your concerns during these very difficult times. I also want to mention that these budget cuts that the school board is looking at approving are all impactful to kids. Every single item that's on here. And there isn't any, in my estimation anyways, and with all the emails and the information on pretty much every single topic that's on this list, it's evident that none of these cuts are going to be easy, and all of these cuts, every single one of them, will impact students in some way or another. So that to me indicates that this is not necessarily an expenditure issue with the school district. These are expenditures that we're trying to cut, but there's really no easy way to do it, and it doesn't seem logical to make some of these cuts that are on there simply because we need to balance a budget. So the reverse of that would be a revenue issue, and I do believe that, like Faribault mini schools in the state of Minnesota, are suffering from a revenue issue. And as a result of inadequate funding, we're in the place that we are today. So we're trying to do the best we can with these budget items. The principals have worked very hard, and the staff has worked very hard at trying to illustrate least impactful budgets, but I do want to emphasize that these cuts are not cutting into any more fat. You're cutting into the meat and even some of the bone right now of the Fairbault public education system. So that's my pretense before this process begins.
All right, thank you, Todd. With that, I'm actually opening up the timer on my iPod, so if you'll give me 1 second, just to help me keep track.
Does it have a big hand and a little hand? Or?
Yep, that's how it works, Jared. At this time, I'll invite any person or any group. I think if you're here representing an item, it would be nice if you could come up as much as possible as a group, but we certainly won't hold you to that. So if there's a group of representatives who would like to come forward at this time, please do so.
Automotive program. Hello, Council. I'm Mike Kaywell, President of the B&E Council for the Automotive Program here at the high school. Also owner of Mike's Garage here in Fairbault. Recently built a new location out here in 21. I'm here with my constituents. If you guys all want to come up and stand in line behind me, or anybody that's here for the Automotive Program.
Yes, please, you don't be shy.
I'm proud on up in here. We're here just basically tonight to show our respect for the program and inform you guys of the lineage and the impact that this program has on our community and surrounding towns around us. And just giving you some stats and stuff, just purely to inform you about the program, so you know if you didn't know enough about it, you'll know a lot about it by the end of this conversation. So we'll make this short. Throughout the past 7 years, 87% of the students who took the full 2-year automotive course that's due to be cut. Automotive services is what they call it. Those students have received 16 college credits automatically to move forward into their careers after they graduate. At $130 per college credit, that amounts to about $193,000 in tuition savings for these students and their parents. Since taxpayers subsidize about 40% of public higher education costs, this savings also is a savings to the taxpayers as well, at a rate of $77,000. 58% of the students that have gone through this program since at least 1994, 58% of those students are still in this industry working real time today as we speak, which is an outstanding number considering for one small program that impacts a lot of us in our automotive careers. On average, the auto repair industry, you have a wage of $30,000 to $80,000 that you're making as a salary wage. Many of the people that are standing behind me tonight here are technicians that are in this industry, have been in it for many years. I myself have been in it for 15 years. Went through this program, and because of that, I'm here. And obviously opened a repair shop because of it. There's a lot of companies that have given tens of thousands of dollars of equipment to this program. OTC, SPX, and Owatonna, we need to be able to add up the number of dollars that they spent on the amount of vehicles that we've got at this facility to teach these kids. And we understand that the numbers is a big thing that you're looking at, and we are trying to come up as the B&E Council President, ways of restructuring the program and figuring out ways that we can increase class size, changing some specs that we have as far as what's required so these kids can get into these programs. We know that that's a big thing. Those are things that we're trying to work on. So, and also, many of you know about the Ford AAA part of this program. That since 1994, the Ford AAA has partnered with the high schools and across the nation to put on a program that allows these kids to take a shot at a competition, which allows them to have scholarship money that they win. And Fairbault here has won nationals since 1994 every year consecutively. And overall, if you add up the scholarship dollars that have been awarded to the students since 1995, totals $807,000 worth of scholarships offered to us as students. And not all of those were redeemed, but they were offered and they were able to choose from them. So for now, I'm going to turn it over to Bruce. He's from Owatonna Ford here, and let him continue.
Thank you, Mike.
Thank you for your time. My name's Bruce Meyer. I'm the service manager at Owatonna Ford Chrysler. I'm also on the Business and Education Council and also a parent. And I just thank you for allowing us to speak on this topic. The program that you've developed over the years is a great program. Some of you, or you all know what you have as a program. But there's two areas that's really critical. It's a National Technician Education Foundation and the AES program that certifies your program. And these are two very important entities to get your program certified. And with the help of these or entities and your program as a business aspect, I have a place where I can go and be able to have an internship come to the shop. I can get them involved in the business, and also, I also can send them on to further education and then keep them in my business. So it gives me a chance to be able to cherry pick, let me say. A lot of these gentlemen, ladies behind me, I've been in the automotive business before the program started and now. And it would be a shame to see it go away. Because everything that you've built already, and to get it to come back, if you do cut it, will never happen. This program has the support of Ford, Chrysler, Toyota, Honda, all of them across the board. And this program actually has better communication with the franchises than I do as a dealer. They've got the ability to go in, for instance, Chrysler right now, Fairbault High School is the test bed for the students can go into Chrysler, the same thing as my technicians at the dealership, and they can take all the tests, and it doesn't cost me a dime, and it doesn't cost the taxpayers a dime. But when the kids get out of school and come to my dealership, they're already ready to go. They've got the qualifications, the testing, and it saves me money and time because I don't have to go out and look for another technician. I hire somebody off the street, I don't know what I'm getting. These students come for 2 years, they work through the summer, internship, I know what I got. And I appreciate that. So I'll turn it over to Ben.
Ben Heil, former president of the advisory board at Fairbault High School. I'm a walking success story of this program. I went through this program from beginning to end, and I was one of the 4 AAA state competition winners. And I just want to say that because of this program is the reason why I am successful today. It was literally the gateway into my automotive career that allowed me to be successful. When I already arrived at the dealership, I knew most of what I needed to know and how to communicate with people to learn more. So the portion of this, what's being cut from this program is really the heart and soul. It is what gets you in the door to a successful future. The automotive services is a 2-hour block of time that is directly focused on hands-on skills and what needs to be learned to do this job in the real world. And on top of that, you have an opportunity at a competition that can fully fund a college program for 2 years, is what it did for me. So I really appreciate your time tonight, and from there I'll just let everyone else speak. Thank you.
Thank you, Bruce. Yes.
Ryan Angelo, former student in the class, currently work for Ford Chrysler. Basically worked my way all the way to the top. Went through college, Ford Asset Program, currently a Ford Senior Master Technician, as high as it gets in the industry for training wise. I'm 28 years old and I got there fast track because of this program. You'd have to be 45 years old to get where I'm at without that program. It worked good for me. I want to see it work good for my family and students in the future. Thank you.
Thank you, Brian.
PJ Duchesne, class of 2003, national champion, auto skills. What it helped me with was in 2003 I graduated, and in 2005 I became the shop foreman for the Rice County Highway Department. So within 3 years I did 2 years at tech school, a year in the trade, and now I've got 6 years in with the government already. And there's no way that I would ever accomplish that if I just started right out of high school as a student without getting 2 years before I went to college. And that's what I have to say.
Thank you, Eugene.
Kevin Solom, I didn't attend the class. I do have a son that attended the class, and I can say that because of that class, he is in a position today that he wouldn't be in because of it. He's now attending UTI in Illinois. He went to the AAA and won state, and he and Kyle McDonough went to nationals and won 3rd place, and they're both attending the UTI right now on a $20,000 scholarship. Without the class, they would not have been able to do that. So, thanks.
Thank you, Ken.
Dustin Vale, I did the same program in high school, graduated 07, did the 16, he's also doing the program, his sophomore year, just starting out. So I'd like to see him follow the same footsteps as I did.
Thank you, Dustin.
My name's Bo Serber, I work at Bliss Ford. I did the program in 1999. I got a 2-year scholarship to go to tech school. With the 2 years of mechanics in high school and the 2 years of tech school, when I started at Bliss, I had more qualifications than the guys that worked there for 15, 20 years. I really hate to see other kids lose a chance to have the same experience I did.
Thank you, Bo.
Ryan O'Neill, I'm a past student of Mark Lessman's program. I also have a son in his program right now, and I also have another son and a daughter that in the future are going to take the program also. They're really hurtful of the fact that there might be a chance they might not be able to go through Mark's program. To not experience what I've experienced in life, not just the aspect of learning that for an automotive career, but also learning, because pretty much everybody in this room drove a vehicle here today to get to the meeting. You gain knowledge of also lifelong skills of, just maintenance in your vehicle or whatnot. That's another aspect that's gonna be lost, with this program being diminished. And Mark, it's a great program. Hate to really see it leave. Thank you.
Thank you, Ryan.
Jake Lundy was a past student. Same thing with me. I mean, I don't do it professionally, but even just in my personal life, and I do part-time stuff on race cars and stuff like that. And just the amount of knowledge and stuff like that we get taught is, second to none.
Thank you, Jake.
Hi, I'm Ryan Mays. I went through the program, graduated 2003. I followed a different route. I went into the auto body industry, but without the help of all the credits and just the learning ability you get out of the class, I wouldn't have gotten the jump start I did. I followed it all the way through. I'm a master certified collision repair in the ICAR. Got all ASE credits as well. But it's something that if I didn't have that class, I wouldn't have had the jump start I did. So I really support it. Thank you.
Thank you, Ryan.
My name's Chris Wiskowski, class of '97. Did the Ford AAA student auto skills, and we ended up getting 10th at nationals that year. I had a bunch of scholarships, but wasn't able to afford to go to college afterward. But that class and having basically, 2 hours a day, every day out there, by the time I was done, I was able to go right into a shop, do what I needed to do, and get ASE Master certified like I am right now. I really don't know what I'd be doing without that class, so I want to see it around for my kids to go through. Thanks.
Thank you, Chris.
Brian Sheeman, class of 2000. I too was placed first in the state competition, third nationals. Went to the Ford asset program, got my Ford senior master, worked as a tech for 11 plus years at Owatonna Ford Chrysler before leaving there and starting my own business here in town. I don't think that I would have done any of that without this program, so just like to see it stay around for my kids and everybody else. Thank you.
Thank you, Brian.
Hello, my name's Tony Thompson. I'm a graduate from '87. I had an opportunity to work with Mr. Lessman when I went through high school. For me, it's interesting to see the students that have really grown up in the program for the technician. My route was slightly different. I used the automotive background to launch my opportunity into design and engineering. I did complete a 2-year course at the tech school, ended up going into engineering management. I now hire engineers and things like that. Based on my background from that program, currently I work for environmental tillage systems here in town. When I'm looking to hire an assembly technician to put together our equipment, this is the kind of class that I would look for as a background, not just because they know how to service vehicles, but wheels, bearings, hubs, transmissions, hydraulics, electronics, all of those things are taught through this program. Not just the service of an automobile, but the service of mechanical devices. I mean, everything through the industry that can be fixed or repaired can be handled by the skills they'll learn at the beginning program or the beginning stages of their excellent career. So just like to thank you for your time.
Great. Thank you, Tony. Any,
I just want to say,
please, sir,
Mark,
yeah.
I just want to thank you for your time. Obviously, you heard a lot of us here that have been affected by this program and a lot of things that could be changed in the future had this program not exist in the future. So we'd just like to have your consideration to keep this program in play and hope that this was informational for you. Appreciate your time. Thanks.
Thank you. Thank you very much, Mike. Thank you to everyone who spoke on the topic of the automotive program. Good job. That was exactly 15 minutes, almost on the nose.
We're
Well done.
technicians, we're really.
So thank you all very much for that. Greatly appreciate it. I'm sure the board will be talking about that as soon as the public comment time is done. Another topic I know Riverbend Nature Center had, so maybe a number of people, if they're interested in coming forward at this time, we can hear from them next.
Mr. Chair, members of the board, my name is Mike Johnson. I'm the president of Riverbend Nature Center. We're here tonight to talk to you about the proposed cut. This would be item number 8 on your list. That would eliminate the hands-on experience for K-6 science programming at the Nature Center. Obviously, I wanted to make a good impression with you tonight. We thought about bringing a deer, a beaver, and an owl, but there wasn't room here tonight, so we couldn't bring those in, so you just have to vision those things. This cut would eliminate that experience with the programming. The school district, by contract, pays Riverbend Nature Center for staff that work with teachers and students as part of the science curriculum. So this cut affects more than the school board or the school district. It also affects the Nature Center and the community that's there. I want to bring up 3 points: the impacts on children in our community, the impact on the Riverbend Nature Center, and then the impact on other programs that we provide if you go forward with this proposed cut. One of the things, over the past 6 years, we estimate that there's been over 1,200 classes and 26,000 student visits to Riverbend Nature Center as a part of this program. We think that's very significant. It's a reflection of the good work that we've done working together to provide this program. All the K through 6 students visit Riverbend Nature Center twice a year as part of that curriculum. The time spent at Riverbend is more than just a field experience or a trip that's there. It's part of the science curriculum. We are fortunate in this area. Not every school district has an environment like we do at Riverbend Nature Center where people can go and learn about the environment, about the habitat, and about the nature species that are there. So we're lucky to have that. Our students develop observation skills. They learn how to use scientific tools, and they have methods of collection of real data when they're out there. So there's a good learning value to them in the time they spend at the Riverbend Nature Center. We have developed a very successful program with the students, and most of the parents in the area really appreciate that program and that opportunity to go to the Riverbend Nature Center. We have worked with the staff, and Riverbend's staff and teachers work together to develop this science curriculum that helps teachers meet the state standards for science that's there. So that's one of the things we accomplished with that program that's there. And the program inspires students to learn more about nature and the environment, which we think is very important. That would be the impact on the children. The impact on Riverbend Nature Center. Our board of directors, like you, the economy, we've been going through and looking at significant budget cuts. It does have an effect on us. If you make this, it would impact our budget at the Nature Center. Our board elected to continue to support a budget that would continue to provide these programs with the school district. Obviously, we would have to go into a new contract that's there. This proposed cut may cause Riverbend staff reductions, because if we're not doing this, we're not able to carry on the staff that we currently have, which affects some of the other programs. The impact on other programs, we have the after-school program, which we work with the school district at the Nature Center, the Science Club, the Jefferson Elementary School's annual Earth Day event at Riverbend Nature Center, the summer camp programs that we provide, And also, there's many community events, the Bones, Bats, Bonfires, Winterfest, and other items that many of the kids in our community participate in. Obviously, if we don't have the staff that's there, it impacts us because we're not gonna be able to continue to provide many of these programs that are there. The Riverbend Ramble, we do that every year. It's a fundraiser, and I've seen many of you who attended that. But when we do the Ramble, one of the things that I notice is that there's a lot of community support for Riverbend in the Nature Center. But the thing that interests most of the people that attend, and I think most of the donations, are from people that go through and they watch our video every year. And it shows the children at the Nature Center going through in a learning environment and some of the things that they're doing. And I know we have a real interest in the community because I think that's where we get most of our donations, which helps us support the Nature Center because of those programs we provide. So I know it's very important to the community that we continue to do this. Riverbend Nature Center provides many learning opportunities for our children. We'd like to continue to provide these programs for the children. We'd like to continue to work with the school district to do this, but we can't do it without your support. And we need to continue to do this program that's there. So I'm asking you to continue to support this program with your future budget, and I appreciate your time. We have other members from the Nature Center that would like to speak.
Thank you.
My name is Greg Carlson. I just want to relate a little history about the relationship between Riverbend Nature Center and the school district. Riverbend Nature Center was commenced and started about 30 years ago, and it was a dream of Warwood Rusted, who was a teacher at Shattuck School, and he was on a bicentennial committee in the mid 70s, which came up with the idea for the Nature Center. And there's been a strong cooperation and working together between Riverbend Nature Center staff and the community, supporting Riverbend Nature Center and the school district, as well as other organizations within the city. And that has evolved over maybe 30 years. I'm not really sure when it started. I know that Nature Center began in about 1980, and that happened shortly thereafter. In fact, Virgil Lewis, who was a teacher with the school district at that time, had I'm going to call it a leave of absence. I'm not quite sure what the relationship was, but he came and helped the beginning of training of volunteers, which the Nature Center provides, to work with the children from the school district that were coming to Riverbend, and that has evolved and continues to work very well today. We have a large number of volunteers who work with those children, and also with the teachers. And I would urge you to find a way. I know it's not easy, but to find a way to continue this program for the benefit of the school district, the children, and the community. Thank you.
My name is Susanna Boyson, and I'm not going to lie to you, I do work for Riverbend, but I also have a child in Jefferson Elementary. I started working at Riverbend 3 years ago. One of the first things I remember that impressed me was the wonderment and excitement on those kids' faces when they walk in those double doors. And 3 years later, my kid started kindergarten, and the first thing he says when he comes home from a trip to Riverbend Nature Center was, "Wow, that was really cool. You're the best mom ever," because I work there. This is really a gem of Fairbault. I'm actually a product of Northfield Public Schools. We didn't have this. And one of the things I remember, one of the only things I remember that I took away from that high school and middle school was the nature, quote unquote, trip that my physics teacher took us out through the residential lots and stuff to do bird watching. And it was great. I mean, we saw cormorants going up, and we got lucky. But that's just it. We got lucky that there was something in the air, that there was something in the trees. I mean, not that you're not going to see a robin everywhere, but at the Nature Center, you really have it all. It's something that you can't lose, and if you cut Riverbend from the education, you're cutting is everything. You're cutting is a domino effect. And in order for these children to become our future, they need to become environmental stewards. They need to have an emotional connection with nature, and they're not gonna get that in their backyard.
Thank you, Suzanne.
My name is Glenn Holman. I'm speaking as a parent of former students of the Fairbault School District and also a volunteer at the Nature Center. And part of my concern is that the Nature Center provides a unique experience for people to go out and have a hands-on opportunity to explore nature, find the kind of bugs that live in the water, test water, look for animal signs. These are experiences that aren't necessarily easily available outside of a setting like this. And I greatly respect the situation you're in. And as a parent, I can say my daughters have great opportunities in this school district. And I certainly wouldn't want to see students have less of an opportunity. So I respect the challenge that you folks face.
Thank you, Glenn.
We are volunteers here and we fill feeders twice a week. And you get to really see all the nature right around you there. What we notice also are all the buses coming in from other surrounding towns. And I think it would be kind of too bad not to have any buses from Fairbault come in.
What did you've got in town here? I'm her husband, Larry. And I started out, and as time went along, I went down, my wife started to help me feed the birds. And again, like she says, these kids come in on these buses, and it's just gratifying to see from out of town they come in, and they just, you see it in their eyes, they just sparkle when they get out there and are able to catch these butterflies with their nets, go out to the pond, I suppose, pick up the little frogs and what have you. They have opportunities that many kids would otherwise never have. Here they take them out of school, and the teachers watch over them well. And like I say, what more can I add to the colleagues that have been here before I have? It's pretty hard, but we enjoy doing it. Otherwise, we wouldn't be going there doing this. And we'll continue, I guess, as long as we can. We had our grandkids go through these programs through the years, and they're from out of town, and they've really, really enjoyed it. And I'm sure many more do too. So, but thank you for your time.
Thank you, Zach.
I'm Barbara Caldwell, the Executive Director for Riverbend Nature Center, and these people have all said, mostly what we wanted to say. I think the big emphasis that we want to make is that these days, one of the things that we keep hearing about in the news all the time is how far behind we are in our science and math standards. And this is a perfect example of having those hands-on science experiences that will help our students learn the scientific method, really do science, and hopefully improve their scores, that will bring them up in the standards that we all want for our kids. And so that's the important thing is to remember is that we are doing science standards out there, as well as everything else that you've heard. And I would hate for our kids to not have that science experience. I've heard from many teachers since this hit the papers and the budget cuts have been known. And so many of them have told me that this is integral to their science classes, and if we don't have this, that they won't have nearly as good a class for their sciences. I'll turn it over to Mike for closing.
I had no idea I was going to come up here until just now. My children, my twins, started here at Jefferson when they were in kindergarten, and I remember them going to Riverbend, and I was also a parent who volunteered at Jefferson's Earth Day every year, and it was absolutely phenomenal. My son and daughter still love going to Riverbend. They're going to be freshmen in high school, and even this summer, my son is doing the assistant counselor, and then he helps the little kids during their camps, and so he's doing that again this year. And the reason why I wanted to come up just now is for me, Riverbend is being unplugged. And I think a lot of times children now are plugged in. And Riverbend is a great opportunity for them to learn what it's like to have fun and not be attached to a cord. So, thank you.
Thank you for this opportunity to speak to the board and listen to our representatives from the Nature Center. I would offer myself or Barbara, our executive director, if you have any other questions about this program or about the Nature Center, we'll make ourselves available to the just give us a call. Thank you.
Thank you, Mike and Barbara, and everyone else for speaking on the Riverbend Nature Center. Again, kudos to the Riverbend Nature Center. 14 minutes and 10 seconds. Well done. We're right on track for next meeting. Those were the two groups I knew were coming here tonight, but I know there's many others who may like to speak. At this time, if you have a topic you'd like to come up and speak about, please feel free to do so.
I am Carol Mall, kindergarten teacher at Lincoln Elementary for over 20 years. I've been a kindergarten teacher here in the district, and we just became aware. I just became aware this morning of the additional to changing the kindergarten program from all day, every day to an alternate day program, and we just think this would be a great step backwards to take for our district. I've been there when I first came into the district. That's the model that we had, and we fought like crazy back then to try to change it. 15 years ago, we went to half-day kindergarten, morning and an afternoon program, and I was there for that also. And now within the past almost 12 years, we have had the all-day, everyday model. And from my past experience, it is the best model out there. If we're thinking about closing the achievement gap, if we would go to an alternate day kindergarten where children are attending school maybe 2 days a week or 3 days a week, the achievement gap is only going to get bigger. It's not going to decrease. And I remember from way back, I was told if you're going to learn anything or remember anything, it should be reviewed within 24 hours. And going to an alternate day model like that, we will lose that momentum or that opportunity to do that also. I also, due to our diversity and the socioeconomic nature of our community too, I think it would be an unfortunate step backwards for them. I'm fearful that a lot of people that would have the means would send their children to the parochial school, pull them out of the public school because of that, and then that way we will be facing declining enrollment, which also means loss of revenue also. And so we would, on behalf of the kindergarten teachers of Fairbault School District, we would like to very seriously consider not going with this option. We think the option that we have right now is the best option for children, for achievement, and for our community. And so thank you, and thank you for your support in the past, for these past years, for the past 12 years, for supporting all day, everyday kindergarten. I know it's come up over and over and over again, and you have continued to support us and see the worth of that for the kindergarten, for our children of Faribault. Thank you for your time.
Thank you very much. Other speakers on any topics?
Hi. I'm here to speak in regards to the cut with the specialists at the elementary level. My name is Jillian Specht, and I'm a physical education teacher at Roosevelt Elementary School. I am passionate in what I do. My physical education classes are structured, well-planned, and fun. I teach children how to be active and stay healthy lifelong. I give students a chance to move throughout the day, which in turn helps them concentrate better and learn more in the classroom. Not only am I teaching my students how to be physically fit, I'm also increasing their confidence, producing stronger self-esteem, enhancing their memory, and simply making them feel good about themselves. Our students have already suffered a reduction in their physical education offered to them due to the recent cut in our specialist program last year. Last year we serviced our students 4 days a week. This year, only 2. With this proposal, the time within physical education on those 2 days would be cut in half. Just as any other core subject area, we need to provide our students with a rich curriculum, all while meeting or exceeding the physical education state standards. In my honest opinion, we are currently servicing our students at bare minimum. I can't imagine our already inadequate amount of time being cut in half. This to me as a parent and as an educator is disappointing. I invite you all to our gymnasium. Come see what we do. We put heart and soul into teaching our students in as many fun ways that we can think of. Every year we put nearly 600 students on roller skates. With our farm obstacle course, we teach our students about the history of farming. In our all-school hoedown, students get to showcase the dances that we teach them. Our gymnasium is transformed into a heart, and with the lights dimmed and the sound of a heartbeat overhead, the students learn the pathway blood takes through the heart and the body. Physical education, art, and music are some of the last opportunities in public education for students to be real individuals. The lessons and skills taught in our the lessons and skills students in our district gain from physical education may not show up on a standardized test, but they are lessons that will last lifelong. The type of character building that takes place in my gymnasium cannot be replaced by an extended recess that is not only unstructured and undersupervised, but could be unsafe. If this agenda item is approved, I will say firsthand, our schools will not only be losing respect from many in our community, but we also take the risk of losing students to other districts. We will be doing serious damage to the parents' commitment and trust in our district. At last Monday's board meeting, I heard the statement that these are the things that we love about our schools. I understand you all have to make some very tough choices for the future of our district. My plea to you is to try to make those cuts as far away from the students as possible. Thank you for your time and what you do for our schools.
Thank you, Jillian.
I'm a third grader at Roosevelt Elementary School. Thank you for giving me the chance to read this to you. I heard that you are considering cutting our physical education time. I want to give you some reasons why that's not a good idea. First of all, FIAD is fun for everyone. Our gym teachers are very creative. They come up with fun activities like Star Wars, the farm, and Mr. O'Nane's Heart. For Mr. O'Nane's Heart, the gym is set up with parts of the heart. We learn about health and how our heart is connected to our body and brain. Last year we did something where a couple of students put straws in their mouth and we were able to learn what it was like to have asthma. Everyone has fun learning in FIAD. The next reason you shouldn't cut FIAD time is that FIAD gives us exercise. We spend a lot of time sitting and working hard during the day, but our bodies need to move. Even though I have a lot of ideas in my head, it gets hard to put them on paper if I'm not getting enough exercise. Without enough exercise, you always feel really tired. Your immune system gets weak, you get sick, you can get fat, and eventually you could have a heart attack. FIAD helps your heart, your muscles, your brain, and pretty much your whole body. For a lot of kids, they're not getting any exercise at home. They watch TV, get on the computer, or play video games. FIAD is extremely important because it gives us our exercise. Some people might think that recess can replace FIAD, but it can't. The playground gets too crowded, the equipment is all used, and it's way too noisy. So many kids end up just standing around. Because there are so many kids, sometimes it is hard for the adults to see if someone is getting hurt. Many kids that normally are really good end up misbehaving at recess. Once when it was time for my class to go back inside, I didn't hear the adults because of how noisy and crowded the playground was. But by the time I realized I was late to go in, I missed out on some class time. Recess is unorganized. Adding adults won't make the playground less crowded, so it is still very important that we have an organized FIAD time. Another reason is that FIAD makes us feel good about ourselves. FIAD gives us the chance to try things that are really hard. Whenever we accomplish something difficult, it makes us feel really good. About a week ago, we were trying to do double dutch with the jump ropes, and it's really hard. Most of the 5th graders can even get one jump, but I tried it and tried it again. I got one jump finally after many attempts. I got 6 jumps in a row. I felt really good and proud of my accomplishment. FIAD builds confidence. Finally, most importantly, FIAD helps me think. When I participate in organized physical education, it helps me organize my thoughts. When I'm exercising, I become creative. I think of ideas for writing. I think about things I've been reading. I think about difficult math problems or practice math facts. When I'm exercising, I think about music and art too. By organizing my thoughts, I'm able to do better schoolwork. FIAD helps me in all subjects. As you can see, FIAD is very important. Please don't cut our FIAD time. Thank you for listening to my ideas.
Some of the kids that Eli talked to his classmates, and they decided to skip recess to work on ways of trying to save their FIAD time to keep it at what it is. They went through different all the specialist reasons why we want to keep media, reasons why we want to keep art, music, and they listed the things that they were willing to give up in order to do this. Some of the things on the list for things that they could give up, they would give up their extended recess time. They give up salads, and peanut butter and jelly, pizza. They would do more book orders to try to raise money, have a lemonade stand, have more fundraisers, do art shows and charge for admission, give up half of their recess time. So the students in Eli's 3rd grade class definitely think that their specialists are very important, and they would be impacted very much without that time.
I just want to thank Eli in particular. I know the whole room is very impressed. I know you're speaking on behalf of a lot of the members of your class and your school, and so good job, Eli. That was his time. All right. Thank you very much, Eli. I appreciate that.
I'm Ryan Lucan, a FIAD teacher over at Lincoln Elementary, and I've sent a few of you guys an email just kind of stating my concerns, and I think one of the biggest concern that I have isn't necessarily that it'd be me that would be moving on as a teacher to a different position, but I have a child that's coming to Lincoln next year as of right now, and I know her very well, and I know that reading and math are very important, but I feel like a lot of our day is coming down to just that, reading and math, and I feel like we're missing out on a whole separate amount of kids that enjoy music, and enjoy art, and enjoy physical education, and enjoy that media aspect. And to cut this down from, what Jillian said, a few years ago we were at 4 days a week cut this down even more, where they're only